Thank you. So hello, my name is Marissa Aguilar. I'm a first year Texas Leadership Scholar, and this is my 2024-2025 end of the year recap. So I just want to give a brief background of my major and my career choices. So I am a biology major, and I did come in as a pre-dental student, but then quickly changed to pre-dental hygiene because I just felt like my interest lied more with the hygiene aspect of it instead of doing surgery and stuff like that. So I'm currently doing dental hygiene, and I'm currently completing my prerequisites, and I've done some shadowing. So when I did shadowing, I was able to see the dentist and the dental hygienist, and they were both really amazing professions, but it really solidified my choice in wanting to do dental hygiene. So yeah, those are my academic stuff. And then for my achievements, I know a lot of other scholars have the same ones, but I just wanted to put these on here because coming into college, I was very nervous that I was gonna fail my classes or not keep up with them, but I was able to maintain a 4.0 GPA, and I currently am still maintaining this, so hopefully that sticks through the end of the semester. And then with that, I was able to be on the president's list, so I'm just very proud of myself for being able to accomplish these things. And those are some pictures of me shadowing. So for organizations, I am pretty involved on campus. So last semester, I was in these 3 organizations, and I'm currently in 2 of these. So I'm currently involved in pre-dental and Knots for Kindness. So with pre-dental, it's very helpful to, get shadowing hours or volunteering, but they're more focused on dental students, but it still has impacted me because I was very, coming in here, I didn't know if I wanted to do dental or hygiene, but going to these meetings, it's really solidified my choice that no, I do want to do hygiene and not dentistry. And they're both amazing professions, but my interest lies more with the oral care part of it. And then for the Hispanic Student Association, I am not currently doing that anymore. I feel like it didn't really what I wanted to get out of it is not what I got out of it. So it was hard to find volunteer hours and stuff like that. So I'm not doing it currently, but I did gain active membership in all 3 of these last semester. And then after I decided not to do the Hispanic Student Association, I wanted to try and find another organization that I felt like was fun for me. So I do crochet, and I wanted to find an org that was for crocheting, but I couldn't. So I was on Rowdy Link searching, but then I was walking one time last semester, and I saw these flyers posted up, and I saw 2 of them, and I walked past them, and then something was just calling to me. So I went back to the flyer, and it said Knots for Kindness, but it didn't say anything about crocheting. And I was like, let me just scan it. So I scanned the QR code, and then it put me in a group me, and it said crochet. So I joined it, and it was pretty late in the semester, but it was a new org. It's a new org currently still. So they were trying to, create everything, and it felt like home, I want to say. It was really nice, and everyone's super sweet in there. And yeah, those are the organizations that I'm involved in currently, pre-dental and Not for Kindness. So with pre-dental, they have this program called Brush Rush. So basically we go to elementary schools and we present a slideshow to these children about dental care and how to take care of their teeth. And then we do it through activities and then a song. And at the end of it, we give them toothbrushes, and it's just super sweet to see these children. And this one has been very beneficial because again, pre-dental is very specific towards dental students and not so much hygiene, but this program has been very helpful for hygiene. And then for leadership, again, this is Knots for Kindness. So I did apply last semester to be an officer for Knots for Kindness because they needed officers, and I was chosen for the social events officer. So currently I am the social events officer for this organization. Basically help plan our events and then set them up and buy the materials and stuff. So this one's been very great. I've been doing stuff every single week with this organization, so very active in here. We also teach people how to crochet, so you don't have to know how to crochet. So we have workshop Wednesdays, and then every Tuesday at our general meetings, we teach people how to crochet, and they love it. They come back and they feel very accomplished with the projects they make because we try and make them not too hard because it's very difficult sometimes to, be a beginner and learn. So we try and make them pretty easy. And then, yeah, all of our projects, if you can see up here, they all go to the Christus Children's Hospital. And we make keychains, stuffies, and then we make like the headbands for the babies and beanies. And we're currently trying to do like blankets, but we haven't yet. But hopefully next semester we can do some blankets. But yeah, I love taking photos. I'm also in charge of taking photos whenever our social media person isn't there. So I take a lot of pictures. And then for service, I did do a lot of service. That was one of my SMART goals. I wanted to be very active in my volunteer work because aside from having to put it on, your resume or for your applications to hygiene school, in high school, I didn't do that much volunteer work, and I really wanted to put myself out there more and do more volunteer work. So I did do book buddies with TLS, the diaper bank with pre-dental, and Knots for Kindness, and then Haven for Hope. This was the service we did with TLS. And then I've also done the Haven for Hope kitchen with Predent, but they don't take pictures of us sometimes, so I wasn't able to get those. And then Habitat for Humanity and Family Service. I did these recently with Knots for Kindness, and all of these have been really good experiences. I still plan to do more service, but I love giving back to my community, helping others whenever I can and on my free time. And then these are some pictures of some stuff that I have done for fun. So I am from here, so I do try and visit my parents as often as I can and my friends from high school, since not all of them came to college here, but these are some friends from high school. And then honors events, the dog therapy one has been very fun. I don't have a picture of it, but that one, I really want to do it again. I love going to see the dogs. And then, yeah, Holly's been a great support system. We're both doing dental hygiene, but we're also involved, and we were involved with last semester with pre-dental and the Hispanic Student Association, but we both decided to drop the Hispanic Student Association. So just having her there and like being able to go with her to these events has been very helpful. So yeah. And then yeah, just some musicals. I got into cycling recently at the rec, do like a Ride 45 class. Holly got me into it, so thank her for that. But yeah, those are just some things I do for fun when I'm not doing academics. And then for the summer, I do plan on taking summer classes here at UTSA. I did want to talk about how things change sometimes, and I was trying to do a lot of semester credit hours in the summer, but I'm not doing that anymore because I did not get enough financial aid back. And that's not the main reason, because I could pay for them. But then I was trying to do basically a whole semester in the summer. And a lot of people were like telling me like, you shouldn't do that. And I was like, no, I can do it. But then when I got them, like didn't get enough money, I was like, maybe I shouldn't, because I already feel a little burnt out. And I was like, if I do all of these in the summer, am I gonna, fail them, make my grades look worse than they should be? So I decided to take some of those classes off. So I still am doing 2 classes over the summer here at UTSA, but I'm not going to do a bunch anymore, which is fine, which means I won't be able to apply to dental hygiene school when I wanted to, but I don't think I think I was rushing to things too fast, too quickly. So I decided to take a step back and calm down and not do too much all at once, because I still don't have all of my shadowing hours and I still need to make connections with professors to get those letters of recommendations. So I just felt like I needed to take a step back and, take things slower, because there's no rush in things. So that was something I just wanted to talk about. And then dental hygiene school applications. There are a few that I can apply for now, but I really wanted to apply to UT Health San Antonio. But to do that, you have to have all your prerequisites done by the fall semester, and I don't have all of them done, so I won't be able to apply for this term, but I can apply for the next term, which is okay. And then shadowing, I still need a lot of shadowing hours, so that's another reason why I didn't want to, put all that pressure on myself. And to see if I really do enjoy this profession, so I don't just put myself into it right away. So I still need to do shadowing. And then I put learn how to drive. I don't have my driver's license, but I'm working towards it and I'm practicing. Again, I live here, so my parents still, try and teach me how to drive sometimes when I can. Yeah. And then plans for next year. So I did get offered to be the fundraising officer for Knots for Kindness next year. Currently, we don't have a fundraising officer because since we're new, they weren't able to do all of the I guess, like process yet since we're new. So we didn't have fundraising this year. So I will be doing fundraising next year, which is very exciting since we didn't have any this year. So I'll get to, work over the summer with my other officers and figure out different fundraising events that we can do. So that'll be exciting. And then apply to hygiene schools. Some of the applications open up in the fall, but I'm still gonna try and like see which schools I can apply to now and do those. And then help continue to build TLS. I know since we're a new organization and we're a new program here, we don't have a lot established yet, but I would really love to, try and make more socials, do more volunteer events, and just be more involved in general. This year felt very, it was a very hard transition. So I really want to try and, be more involved and do more things with TLS this next year. And then again, continue to shadow, very repetitive. Shadowing is very important for any pre-health major. So yeah, those are my plans for next year. I did want to mention that since I had like a little pivot this weekend with, getting a little discouraged and not being able to apply when I wanted to, but change happens, and I'm learning that it's okay to not be on the same page as other people. And like me and Holly, we're both roommates and we're both doing the same thing, but we're both at different routes right now. We're on different pages, and that's okay. And I just, want to tell people that it's okay to not, be doing what your friend is doing, or if things get set back a little, because that happened to me this weekend. I was very sad that I couldn't take those classes, but I feel like it was a sign to not, burn myself out or pile too much on myself. So yeah, that's all, but thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
So I love seeing all the service that you've committed yourself to over the past year, your first year. And based on what I know about you and the times we've been meeting and the record that we're keeping up with each of our scholars, including yourself, there's a lot of good going on in there. And part of that good is also realizing that journeys can be non-linear, or they can be linear and just occur at different speeds. Mm-hmm. So I think I hear a lot of maturity in your self-reflection about that. One thing that we kind of mention in almost hourly, I think, is the joke in each of these presentations, is the need for someone who is stepping forward to the next year, to the next stage, wherever they are in this program, to be mindful of the fact that you have potential mentees coming your way. Just this afternoon, we solidified our second cohort for TLS. We haven't made any announcements yet. That info is still embargoed, but there's 14 individuals headed your way. And while you're going to be here for another year with us, take them under your wing. Seek them out to help build their support system in the same way that your peers, including people like Holly, have helped build your first year. So great job.
Thank you.
I just want to say, you've had a very successful first year here at UTSA. Obviously, you're in George's case study, so we don't get to talk as often, but it's been really amazing to see everything that you have accomplished. I also joined HSA when I was an undergrad. Felt like it wasn't for me. That's okay. Things aren't always going to be what we initially thought they were going to be. That's okay. You mentioned kind of, you not going and being able to apply to dental hygiene school, right when you thought it was going to be. And sometimes things happen. That's okay. It gives you another year to really get your applications, right? I think that's the most important part. And plus, you can help mentor other people coming in, like the TLS 14 that George was talking about earlier. And I think that everything happens for a reason. And fortunately, next fall is that's gonna be that for you. And I'm glad that you're embracing the change of openness. I know that I know it's also easier, or I guess it's also what I'm trying to say also, that sometimes we compare ourselves to our peers, and it's normal, right? You and Holly are under the same path. But know that everyone's path looks different, right? And that's the most important part.
Yes. Thank you.
I don't know, Alina or Holly, if you have any questions, commentaries, or able to unmute yourselves if you all want.
You're able to as well, because I think Alina was in class now.
You can also write it in the chat, Alina, because I know that you're probably in class. Alright,
Alright.
okay, well, if they put anything in the chat, we'll email it to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Marissa, for a
Thank
wonderful
you.
presentation.